Hi, this is Jane from the HorseLife YouTube channel. Today is part 2 of what I've learned in the last 3 weeks of alcohol and other drug recovery. Today's subject is the stages of change. You may or may not have heard of it. People who are in recovery or looking at changing their lives, whether it be exercise, study, losing weight, or recovering from some kind of addiction, most likely would have heard of this, maybe without even knowing. Stages of change are just how humans work. Whether it's riding horses, improving your health, recovering from addiction, it doesn't just happen overnight. And you don't go from nothing to perfect in one go. You go through steps, and sometimes you go backwards before you go forwards. That's just how life is. Stages of change are just like these arrows on the road. Each arrow sends you in a new direction, and you get around the corner and you start in another new direction. Sometimes you might have to do a U-turn, but once you've done the U-turn, the arrows are still directing you back to where you should be going. Isn't that a great analogy? There are 6 stages of change. They start with pre-contemplation, and this is where you're not even thinking about any kind of change. Life's fine. You don't think you need to change for any reason, and you're just getting along fine, but other people may be worried about you, and you may even hear them talking behind your back and thinking, oh, why are they talking about me? It's because they're most likely worried about you and they think that you need to be changing something. Now, this could be alcohol or drug addiction, it could be losing weight, it could be studying, it could be exercise, anything in your life that you need to change, or that your family or friends think you need to change. So then you go on to contemplation, and this is where you are aware of, oh, there could be a problem. Maybe my drinking is a little bit too much. Maybe I am a little bit too overweight. Maybe my health isn't going to be good if I don't make this particular change. Or maybe I really should get into my study. So this is where you are just a little bit more aware that there could be a problem. Then the next stage is preparation. This is where you're getting ready to make changes. You're thinking about it more often, and you're starting to do small steps in preparation to kind of make the big leap. So those small steps might be, oh, I better not eat that chocolate today, or I better do a tiny bit of exercise, not have that extra drink tonight. So then you get into action, and this is where you're actively making changes. This is where you've said, right, this is finally it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to not drink 4 beers on the weekend, or I'm going to make sure I do exercise 3 times a week, or I'm going to aim at losing a few kilos this week, or like a specific goal, as I spoke about in the previous video. Or I need to start putting in so many study hours a week. So this is where you're actually doing it. And then it's maintenance. Maintenance is just sustaining the change over time. Just keeping with it, sticking with your plan, and doing the best you can. So this is where you're regularly doing your exercise. You might be taking further steps, maybe joining a gym. You might join an AOD recovery centre, or you might start going to AA, or you might be joining a study group, anything that'll keep you motivated and keep you on track to keep going. But then sometimes relapse can happen, and that's when you return to your old behaviours, and this is common and it's part of the process. So it's not failure. Everyone thinks it's failure, but relapse isn't failure. It's part of the learning process. So every time you relapse, you'll learn from it. You'll think, oh, gee, that really wasn't a good idea to go and drink that carton last weekend, or I shouldn't have missed that whole week's worth of exercise because now I feel worse for it and it's going to take me 2 weeks to get back to where I started. Or I missed that study group, now I'm behind and I might not do very well in my next exam. So relapse is part of your learning curve. So that's the stages of change explained in very simple terms. Anyone can understand that, and you're probably even going through one of those stages now without even realising it. Me personally, on my riding journey, I'm probably in the maintenance. I have made the decision that yes, I need to be doing something to get to my goal, which is one of my SMART goals, as discussed in the previous video. look that up in the description below. If you've missed it, my SMART goals are to ride 3 times a week, and my end goal for the next 2 weeks is to go on a 20k ride. I hope that gave you something to think about, or I hope that you might be more aware of some challenges that you're going through at the moment, and that all those stages are actually completely normal. And most likely those thoughts that you're having are completely normal too. Sometimes it's good to put a name to what you're going through, and it helps you get to the next stage. I hope you've enjoyed this video and some of the previous videos on mental health, confidence and making yourself better. If you'd like me to do a video on any other particular subject on mental health, recovery or confidence, please leave a comment in the comment section below or on Facebook on the Horse Life channel. And I hope to see you again next time. Like and subscribe, share it with somebody who you think may need this right now.